Mă bucur foarte tare că ai acceptat invitația noastră de a ne cunoaște și de a satisface niște curiozități legate de cărțile tale. Ai făcut televiziune, acum scrii, aș putea să spun că avem cam același traseu profesional. Ai spus la un moment dat, când te-ai retras în televiziune, că te-ai săturat să scrii poveștile altora și acum vrei să scrii propriile povești, drept pentru care ai plecat din televiziune și ai scris Sanctus. Care e diferența între activitatea de scriitor, care poate să fie plicticoasă, poate să fie fără acțiune, în comparație cu cea de televiziune? Nu-ți lipsește televiziunea?
Part of the reason I wanted to write a book, even though I'd been a script writer in TV for a long time, was because writing for television is entirely different. There's lots of differences. Like, for example, when you're writing for television, you never describe anything because the camera does it all. And you never describe a character because, you know, someone on camera, you can see them. And I miss that, you know, as a reader and someone who's always liked writing. But I think part of the challenge actually of writing a book is that you have to, as a writer, do all of those things that TV does very well. You know, the kind of the visual side of it, the action, the sort of the motion, the kind of kineticness of the editing and the music, all of that stuff that you get in a TV program. You have to kind of somehow put that into your writing. So as a writer, it's a huge challenge because you still want it to have the same effect, the same sort of attack and drama of a good TV show. The one thing I really miss about television is the fact that writing a book is very solitary. It's just me on my own writing and listening to the voices in my head.
În ultima perioadă am cunoscut foarte, foarte mulți oameni care au citit Sanctus și care au o întrebare pe buze. Există ruină sau ca locație, nu neapărat în Turcia, sau există undeva pe glob un asemenea loc, acea mănăstire?
Well, I hate to disappoint everyone, but it doesn't exist. Ruin. There is no one place that is ruin, which is why I kind of made it up.
Am observat în Sanctus, cel puțin, că încerci să repoziționezi femeia biblică. Ce înseamnă femeia pentru tine, Simon TOYNE?
There's been lots of stuff. And certainly in the thriller genre, a lot of the heroes are always men. You know, they're sort of action men, and they sort of get guns and they go and beat people up and all that. And there's something very great and sort of very cathartic about that. You know, the sort of male hero. But there aren't that many strong female heroes in action thrillers. And one of my favourite books of all time, and certainly probably my favourite thriller, is The Silence of the Lambs. And you know, Clarice, everyone's very familiar with the film, but the book is beautiful. It's beautifully written. It's the perfect thriller. And Clarice, the main character in that, the Jodie Foster character in the film, she succeeds by being a woman, not by being some kind of man. She succeeds because she uses her powers, her skills, her unique skills, her empathy as a woman. She thinks her way through it. And she's vulnerable, she's physically vulnerable up against this, in this very male world. And there was something just delicious about that, and I just thought that's a really interesting thing to explore.
Creatorii, în general, au niște fetișuri. De exemplu, Marquez scrie nu se apucă de scris decât dacă are 500 de foi A4 pe birou de culoare galbenă pe care le pune soția lui. Haydn crea cu o perucă solemnă pe cap, compunea muzică. Tu ce fetișuri ai? Cum scrii?
Well, one is I always reread The Silence of the Lambs because it's perfect, you know, and I read it partly to kind of remind myself of what I'm aiming for. You know, it's sort of that's as good as it gets. That's what you're trying to do. So that's become a ritual. But in terms of a daily routine, what I do is I've got 3 children and I live in a little village, and so what I do every morning is I get up and have breakfast with the children, then take them to school and drop them off at school. Come back, walk the dog, feed the dog, walk the dog. So I've kind of had to exercise and then have a coffee, and then generally 10 o'clock I sit at my desk and I work from 10, and the kids come home at 3. And so in that, between 10 and 3, I try and produce 1,000 words.
Îți mulțumim foarte mult, a fost o reală plăcere să te avem aici la B1TV și trebuie să ne promiți că ne vei vedea și ne vei vizita și la anul.
You invite me, I'll be there.